let me take it. August 15th, 68, you're going for your wonderful flying, and you're in the airplane, and when did you first realize something was wrong?
Well, to me at that point, and after only 20 jumps, I was so proficient I became a professional, which was unheard of. And so to get in and out of an airplane, this is going to be a practice jump, was as casual to get in and out of your car to drive to work. It was
automatic.
No psych up. That's not the cool part. Matter of fact, that is actually the boring part. So I was kind of waved at the people and was kind of falling asleep. The airplane did the pre-flight checkup. We took off. We were going probably 100 miles an hour, maybe 100, 150 feet in the air. And the first thing I remember is the pilot yelled and slapped me in the side and said, "That's it, we're going down. We lost our engine." I was awake. I was kind of drowsing because I knew it was going to take a long time. We were going to let out two students, one at one altitude, 4,000 feet, or actually 2,800 feet, his first jump. Another one at 4,000 feet. It's going to take time to go around and around. So I was so into this. The flying part was kind of boring.
Right.
And I was sitting on, there was 5 skydivers on the pilot. 3 of us were professional, 2 were students. So my first realization something was wrong was that moment, and then it was just seconds. And we lost our lift too, which is the aerodynamic physical property which makes an airplane fly, is lift. This plane was a new plane for him, and he thought it was like a rocket. So he really rotated with a steep angle of climb. When we lost the engine, we completely quit flying, so it just drops, the aerodynamic stall, it drops straight down like a dropping a car.
Tell me what happened at the crash.
Well, we impacted a giant oak tree, and I was flung forward. My body was going as fast as the plane was, and then suddenly it wasn't. But my face stopped my body going 100 miles an hour, so I had a severe head injury. My face was torn open from here up to here. The airplane cartwheeled on its wings, slammed in the ground. The crash was devastating. There was confusion, and what I'm about to tell you was really related to me. I have a vague kind of dreamlike remembrance of some of the things. The 2 students were banged up and they were in shock, and the 3rd one helped rush them out of the plane. 4th man, that should have been the first one on the plane because he was right next to the baggage drawer, which had been removed from the 6-passenger Piper Cherokee, was just leaving, and as he was leaving, beginning to run away, the flames went out. The plane started to catch on fire, and then he heard screaming and realized that the pilot and myself were in fact trapped inside this burning airplane. And this guy, who was my friend and my mentor in professional skydiving, went back inside the burning airplane and saw me with my legs sticking through a hole that was torn where the wing had been attached to the fuselage. I was pulling with my right hand, but I was soaked with fuel and I was on fire from head to toe, like you've seen in maybe like in Saving Private Ryan or something.
It's unreal what you're describing.
And then I was stuck. I couldn't get out of this thing that had been my chariot to pleasure, had been now my funeral pyre. So I was burning alive, and somehow with supernatural strength, this man tore those parachute straps loose, dragged me away from the airplane, and got me on the ground. And it was hard to put the fire out because the high octane and fuel. And he got it out, and he yelled to the pilot, said, "Undo your seatbelt," because the pilot was the only one that was in a seat. We had removed all the seats now. And typically it's going to come back and get you, but by that time, the wing on the left side, which was empty, it exploded. The vapors exploded, and it was too intense, and he was in fact killed.